My name's Enya, and this is probably my only way to tell everything. I'll just sit down and tell it. 3 weeks ago, I left home. A dramatic story, right? A fight with my parents, tears. I slammed the door. I had Cirque's. Perfect, calm, mature. He said, "Live with me." And I moved in. It was an escape to freedom. The first days smelt of happiness. They smelled of pizza, fresh paint in the bathroom, and his cologne. But underneath that was another smell. Faint but persistent, like in an old stairwell. A mix of dust, dampness, and something chemical. I asked, he said, "Cheap renovation." The smell of primer seeped in. I believed him. Then I started noticing stains, small, dark ones, near the kitchen baseboard. He said, "Spilled sauce, but sauce doesn't smell like that." It smelled like iron, warm and slightly sweet, like coins held in your hand for too long. The smell was strongest in the storage closet. There was a pungent wave of bleach there. Once I opened the door, the smell hit me in the head. Bleach, and underneath it that same sweet metal, only thick, old. A rag was lying on the floor. It was stiff, as if soaked in something and dried. I didn't touch it. He worked at night, in the garage. Said it was a hobby, fixing old things. I heard water running there late at night, as if he was washing something for a long time and thoroughly. And in the morning, it smelled again of dampness, bleach, and that metal. I started searching online. Strange chemical smell in apartment. Smell of blood and bleach. Old news popped up in the search. A girl went missing in our district. Then another. And a third. All had dark hair. Like me. In the comments, someone wrote, "A maniac, a neat freak, leaves no traces." My hands went cold. Yesterday, a key fell out of his jacket. To the garage, he was asleep. I went. There were no cars in the garage. There was cleanliness, sterile cleanliness on the wall, like a collage, newspaper clippings, all those missing girls, their faces on a shelf, glass jars, in them, hair, dark locks, and on each jar, a date. I understood everything. I'm not the one he loves. I'm the one who fits the type. The last one in the collection who still walks, eats, and talks. Today he came back earlier. I'm sitting in the room, the light is off. He's coming up the stairs, slowly. He stops outside the door, doesn't knock. He says my name. His voice isn't his. Flat, lifeless. "Anya, you there?" He turns the doorknob. The door is latched. He knows. He falls silent. And in that silence, I hear him just breathing behind the door. I press send on this video. The loading bar is crawling so slowly, and then the doorbell to the apartment door. Sharp, insistent. His footsteps quickly retreat to the hallway. I hear a voice, my mom's voice. She's calling me, and my dad's voice. He says something short and harsh. Light from the hallway floods into my room. They're standing in the doorway. "Mom! Dad!" Mom's face is wet with tears. Dad looks past me, his gaze hard as stone. He looks as if he's ready to break everything in his path. He just nods towards my backpack. Says, "Out. Now." Mom rushes to me, hugs me as if she wants to crush me. She smells like home. Perfume, the cat. Apple pie. That smell takes my breath away. I take the laptop, sling the backpack over my shoulder. Dad is standing in the hallway with his back to the living room where Sir Yusa probably is. He just stands there. A barrier. We leave. I don't look back. I feel a gaze on my back. Not Mom's. Cold, studying. The gaze of a collector who lost an exhibit. The apartment door slammed shut. We went down the stairs, got in the car, drove off. That's the whole story. I left home thinking I was running to freedom, but it turned out I was running into a cage. And I was pulled out of that cage only because those I abandoned came and broke down the door. Now I'm going home. And that smell, sweet, metallic, with a hint of bleach, it stayed there